even when you're wrong, you're right. Or even when you're right, you're wrong. Well, AMC has just been a total debacle for my whole entire life at this point. It's up, it's down, it's sideways, it's not going anywhere. Today we're talking about AMC. It's Friday, and guess what? AMC is red. Who said that there was a really good chance that AMC would be red on Friday? One thing that I've kind of seen as a pattern with AMC is most Fridays are red on AMC, right? I did. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and it's Friday. It's Friday, red Friday. I don't know how this played out so perfectly and how I screwed the pooch so hard here, but AMC is down to the 37.40 area. If you've been watching my videos this week, I obviously had puts on AMC, which is kind of funny because, like I said in the beginning of this video, even when you're right, you're wrong, or even when you're wrong, you're right. I was right about my thesis that AMC would be at a lower price than where we started the beginning of the week at the $40 area. The problem for me was the sideways action with the implied volatility in those options. Even being right, I still wouldn't have made any money on those $38 puts. And people said, oh, you should have held those puts. But either way, I was not going to make money, and I'll show you why here in this video. But first off, let's take a look at the chart. All right, so as you can see here on the chart, that yellow trend line, we thought we were going to get a breakout to the upside, but instead we have just been basically below that trend line for most of the week. If you remember, on Monday, we had a spike up to that $40 area. That's when I bought those puts. And then, well, we went sideways, and I just ended up getting burnt. I paid $2 for those $38 puts on Monday when the stock was up to the $41 area. The problem was today they're trading at 60 cents. So there's really no money to be made on those puts. I basically, like I said, even though I was right with my thesis of the stock going lower, I got killed because of the sideways action. And basically, I knew that if we weren't below $35, $34, $32 by Friday, there was going to be no money on those puts to be made because of the implied volatility. And yes, I understand the difference between puts and short selling. I understand the difference. I know people were freaking out because they were like, you're not actually shorting the stock. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, I know the difference between puts and shorts. Let's be honest here. The problem, like I said, was the sideways action. And we talked about that, or I talked about that. And I talked about that in the video that I made when I was basically talking about my overall play on those puts. If the stock went sideways, exactly basically like it did, stayed in this range, then those puts were just going to get destroyed because of the decay and the implied volatility, which is so high because the stock has, because the stock has been very volatile. Well, then the applied volatility put into those puts and those call options just make it almost impossible to make money if the stock goes sideways. And that's exactly what we got, exactly what happened. And I talked about that, my fear of that actually happening. And well, here we are. You can see the stock right now, that yellow trend line that we drew at the beginning of the week. Look how well that's basically just been respecting that yellow trend line there, that downward trend. And well, we thought we were going to break to the upside here, but instead, here we are at 37.44. And I know everyone's going to comment and like, well, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're talking about. But here we are. And like I said in the other video, and like I said in my video at the beginning of the week, it really doesn't matter, what I say, what you comment below. At the end of the day, where are we at on Friday? What was the price of the stock on Friday? And right now, we're at 37.47. So everyone who told me that the stock was going to $50, $60, $70, $80 by Friday, well, it's not that you were wrong. You weren't right. And like I said in the other video, it wasn't so much that I was right or you were right or I was wrong or you were wrong. And I think people get so caught up in that with these videos sometimes when they watch these videos, and I see the comments. Guys, it's not that I don't want everyone watching these videos to make millions and millions of dollars on AMC. It's not like that at all. I think a lot of people believe that I'm like out, that I don't want anyone to make money here. At the end of the day, I would love for everyone watching this video to make $1 million. That would just be the best feeling or the best experience ever for everyone to get rich, off of this stock. And it's not that I want people to lose money by any means. It's not that I want anyone to lose money here. It's the fact that I am obviously going to talk about my take on the stock. While everybody else on YouTube is talking about how AMC is going to squeeze and go to the moon and how everyone's going to make millions and the price targets of $500,000, $10,000, $100,000 for the stock, I personally, as a person, as a human being, I have a different take on this. Does that mean that you're wrong, that I'm wrong, that I'm an idiot, you're an idiot? That's not what this means. It's just simply we can agree to disagree. Like I said, if this stock goes to $1,000, that would be the best thing ever. It'd be amazing, right? It'd be so great. Because obviously now I own shares. The price doesn't lie. I know people believe that, hey, this is the fake price. This is not actually the real price of AMC. I've heard that before as well. I've heard that a lot, actually. People telling me that the real price of AMC, is $300,000, $500,000, $1,000, but the dark pools are keeping the price down right now. And hey, I'm all for conspiracy theories, my friends, but at some point, we've got to actually ask ourselves, what is reality and what is a fairy tale? And I believe right now that a lot of people are living in a fairy tale world. And I believe a lot of people are living in a fairy tale world at this point, believing that AMC is going to be $1,000 one day. Again, it's not to say that it can't happen, but anything can happen in this world. But the thing is, at this point in time, looking at this stock, I actually went to the barbershop yesterday and was talking to the barbers about this. If AMC was going to squeeze, I personally, like me as a person, right? Don't get all offended. Everyone, don't get offended here. Me as a person, right? As a person, I believe that if AMC was going to squeeze, it would have squeezed back here at the $50 to $60 area because of a couple of different reasons. Number one, it would have had the bears on the fence, right? The bears, the hedge funds would have been on the fence having to protect themselves from this massive squeeze. The problem is the longer and longer that this stock goes sideways, goes down in price, it just gives the hedge funds more and more fuel because I'm telling you right now, the big hedge funds, even I saw people talking about how BlackRock, how these companies are buying shares of stock. It's hard to say exactly what their plan is, right? Like, what is BlackRock's plan? Is BlackRock actually trying to buy shares of the company because they believe the stock price is going to squeeze to the moon? Or are they buying shares for other reasons? Are they selling covered calls? Are they selling covered puts? Like, what is going on with their position? No one knows exactly why different hedge funds are buying shares in the company. Or are they maybe possibly looking to do a takeover? There's a lot of different questions at this point. And just to say that, hey, BlackRock is buying the stock, that's not a good enough reason to believe that this is bullish. Because at the end of the day, no one really knows exactly what BlackRock is doing. BlackRock could be trying to do a hostile takeover. That seems like a pretty crazy idea, especially buying at these prices right now. But it's hard to say exactly what the big hedge funds, what exactly they're doing. Looking at the daily chart here, right now, it really, really looks like AMC wants to come down here to the $32 area. Looking at this trend, taking away this trend here, that's looking pretty much like this wants to come down here. The question is, what happens when we retest this $32 area? That'll be the question. If it can't hold 32, well, then I think $15 is very, very doable at that point. But again, guys, it's not about you becoming upset or mad or angry because I have a different thesis than you do. I have a different outlook on the stock. I'm never mad or angry because somebody on YouTube says a certain thing about a stock. I'm not like, oh my God, this guy, I want to kill him. I want to punch him in the face. This is trading, right? This is the stock market. We're all going to have different ideas. We're all going to have different convictions. And that's what makes trading so great. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you believe, what I believe. All that really matters is where is the price of the stock at the end of the day. Obviously, I believed at the beginning of the week that the stock price would be, $35, $36 or lower, like I said in the video talking about that. But here we are. Was I wrong with my execution? Yes. Was I wrong with the way I went about it? Yes. Was I right in my thesis that the stock price was not going to the moon? That the stock price was going to come down? Yes. I was also right in my thesis that if the stock went sideways, I would get killed. And well, that's exactly what happened. We needed volatility for those options to pay out. And well, we just didn't get any volatility. And that's my fault. It was a bad trade in that sense. You know, I should have expected this to go sideways. Like I subliminally suspected that this stock would go sideways. You know, I said it in the video. Obviously, I didn't actually use that information that I was subliminally, you know, sending out into the universe. But in general, I, you know, made a poor judgment call to believe that this stock would be at that point at the week. But that's really what it comes down to with trading. You have to kind of go into it with that conviction. You got to go into it with that mindset. And well, here we are. The price of the stock is now $37. It's below my puts at the $38 area, but now it's just not far enough down. Like I really needed like a minimum. It needed to be below $35 like yesterday. Like it needed to be below $35 yesterday, and then maybe like $34 today. Would have maybe made me a little bit of money, but in general, it just wouldn't have been enough. And you know, we already know how that went. So here we are. It's Friday. The price speaks for itself. Again, you know, I'm not sitting here to say that I was right, that you were wrong, you know, things like that. This is not what this is about. Obviously, you know, I made a trade. You made a trade. I didn't make money on the trade. I can accept that. I can move on and live with that. The question is, at what point do people who are holding AMC, at what point do you accept that you might have not made the right decision by buying shares of the company? Again, I'm not hating on the movement here. I know people are like, this isn't about the stock anymore. This is about a movement to take down Wall Street. And I don't believe, if you really want to take down Wall Street, playing Wall Street's games, you know, you're basically playing into the game here. And Wall Street is loving it because number one, they're killing it on options. They're making so much money on options because people like me, you know, other people are trading the options and they're just selling options. The stock's going sideways, and it's just been beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They're just making so much money off of just selling these options as the stock goes sideways. I'm telling you right now, they're making money while we all sit here and we are fighting over crumbs. And they're, you know, you're making it out that you hate me and I'm against this revolution of taking down Wall Street. And that's never really what this has been about. It's just, like I said before, I'm pointing out my thesis, my belief that this stock is getting pumped and basically dumped at this point. This whole insane movement of people screaming and yelling that they're going to hold forever. I understand the conviction. I love the conviction. The amount of conviction that people have for this play is very, very admirable at this point. But at what point, if the stock continues to go lower, at what point do we say, hey, it didn't work out? It just didn't happen. The short squeeze, the mother of all short squeezes, didn't happen. At what point can we agree to disagree? And that's where we are. So that's really what this comes down to, my friends. I think everyone has made this such an emotional, Patrick is such a terrible person because he believes that this is going to go down, or Patrick wants everyone to lose money in AMC. That has never been the case. It's nothing about me wanting anyone to lose money. It's really just me explaining my take on this madness. And like I said, I would love to see the stock go to $1 million. That would just make so much, really, it would just make it so fun to make content about that. And well, I also have seen people talking about, why do you keep making videos about AMC? At the end of the day, this is a YouTube channel that I created this YouTube channel not only to, make videos and I wouldn't even say educate, but this YouTube channel that I created is for entertainment, for entertaining, for getting views, for making money. You guys watch the videos for free. You get some type of entertainment, hopefully, and then I make a small amount of money every time you watch these videos. And I believe that's a very, very, very good relationship as a content creator and then you as the viewer. A lot of people will become upset because they're like, why do I keep seeing your videos? And at the same time, guys, you don't have to watch my videos. That's the best part about it. Nobody is forcing you to watch these videos. But for some reason, people are so distressed and so upset that they keep seeing my videos, but nobody is forcing you to click on these videos. So just remember that, everybody. Just remember that, all right? Can we just remember that? So here we are. Friday, AMC is $37. And well, the price speaks for itself. It's a red Friday, just like I talked about in the video beginning of this week. Now we're at $36.98. Oh, trust me, it's hard. It is difficult to think like, damn it. You know, like that kind of sucks, man. You know, I had the puts. I had the thesis. I had the idea. And well, it just didn't pay out. And well, I'm going to have to live with that. You know, I took the chance. You took the chance. We all are taking the chance here. Everyone's having to take a chance. If you want to make money, you've got to risk money. And that's where we all are, you know? That's really what it comes down to. This is not about you versus me or anything like that. Like, I'm not working for the hedge funds, all that. Everyone gets so irate, I guess, when they see my videos. There it is. I just wanted to put this out there. Again, it's not to like shove this in anyone's face or to say like I was right and you were wrong. But I just hope that at some point we can all just kind of stand around and go, hey, you know, like if I saw you guy, like whoever, you know, one of the haters, if I saw you in a bar and, you know, we were sitting there, like I would hope that we could have a beer, that we could sit there and we could have a beer and we could laugh and we could talk and just be human beings, you know, just be human beings. Same thing if I saw Matt Kors, if I saw Trey, you know, at a bar, you know, I'd buy him a beer. I got nothing against the guys other than the fact that, you know, hey, I have to obviously share my opinion, but my opinion of them as YouTubers or as creators or whatever you want to call us, it's not against them as people. Like, I don't have anything ill to wish against them. But at the same time, you know, I've got to obviously state these opinions that I believe, you know, they are making tons and tons of money off of YouTube while a lot of people just basically follow them into the abyss. And well, if the stock doesn't squeeze to the moon, then, you know, what do we do then? What do we do at that point? So if you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button. I know everyone, you know, would rather do the opposite, but hey, here we are. We're doing it right now. And yeah, that's all I got. Good to talk. Talk to you guys later on.